Hey guys, Dave Doku here, and in today's video I just got some news on the upcoming episodes on Conversio and what'll be in them, and it's also about decades, like I started. So the news I have for today is about Decade and mostly Decade for the most part, and some new power-up items will be coming out. So it looks like that Masahiro Inoue is gonna come back as Kasakadoya, as his role in Commoner Decade as Commoner Decade. So it looks like that he'll also getting a new version of his driver, and this new driver gives him the ability to use Neo Heisei powers, because in the screenshots I'm going to show you in further into the video actually features Wizard, Ghost, and Build in them. So in this first screenshot here, or this first picture, shows us the new power-up item for Zio, and that's the Decade Ride Watch. So the Decade Ride Watch will actually enable Zio to have the ability to use powered-up forms for main riders of the Heisei series. So that'll include Sparkling, Ghost Damashi in this picture here, and a bunch of new others, and I'm also expecting W Fag and those kinds of other forms. So this first screenshot here, it looks like that the Decade Rider Watch, like the armor, is gonna be really cool. And I don't think it's gonna be one of like the traditional armors we've been getting for the different riders, but it looks like it's a new transformation, and it's really cool. So the thing to take in mind in the screenshot as well is that it just shows the basic kind of rise for the ride armor, and it also here you can actually see in the top left corner that Kamerzio is gonna be getting a new weapon with this new rider armor. So this next one actually features W Joker, the Joker armor. So this is really cool. So it looks like that the Monster W is gonna make its appearance in the show as well, from what I can tell, but I think it's only in the movie. Don't quote me on that, I'm not really sure. And I already given my opinions on this in the previous video. So the next one again is for Monster Kuga, or Kuga himself. So the Kuga armor is really cool. So in this screenshot here, you can actually get to see the Zio and his Kuga armor battling with or riding the time machine, and as well as that the time machine with a Kuga watch face, which is really cool. And the bottom left corner, I'm actually getting really excited for this episode because of the monster that's in it. So I'm kind of expecting a battle between a time machine and a monster. And that's something I've really been expecting to show, and I'm getting really excited for this episode just from this kind of initial thought. So this next shot actually shows us kind of a new kind of screenshot for an upcoming episode with Camera Decade, Camera Zero with the Decade Ride Watch, with the Decade Ride Watch attached to it. And that's actually a gimmick for the Decade Ride Watch, is that it can actually attach other Neo Heisei Ride Watches to get their powered up forms. And you can see that in play here with Camera Zero in his Mighty Brothers Double X. So the bottom half of Mighty Brothers Double X is retained, but the entire chest plate going up is changed. So the entire armor for the Decade armor is kind of like the barcode running to the center is changed to like a light green, blue, and an orange, which is cool. And both their faces actually resemble Mighty Brothers Double X, which is cool. And in the entire shot, we can actually get to see a bunch of different kind of screenshots from. I think the bottom one is a screenshot from Decade or Xade, and I think we're gonna see further inclusions to these episodes in the future. And from the initial think of this, I'm really getting excited, and we also get to see the blue brother from Mighty Bars Double X riding the time machine, which is really cool. So this next one actually features Sakasa Kadoya. Decade. Which is cool. And he's actually fighting in some of these shots with his basic ride armor, and with transforming into his build form, his own version, I guess. And he's actually fighting Z on the scene. So you can actually get to see the upgraded driver, and it actually has like a pinkish tint to it, which is just like a subtle upgrade from the base one. So another thing as well, we actually get to see 6 shots with him and the new belt with his different rider forms. And we actually get to see him transform into Ghost, Wizard, and Build, which are Neo Heisei, and he has the ability to tap into those powers now, which is really cool. And as well as that, Z on the scene is also wearing a Rabbit Tank Sparkling from the leg. Like the left leg has this build spring. So this next scan actually features both Zio and Takiro together. And this initial shot, or some of these shots or these panels, are actually from the upcoming episode with Ghost. So we actually get to see Spectre fighting there, and with Takeru as well inside the time machine, which is something I'm really looking forward to and what he's gonna do in it. And we also get to see Takeru and Spectre transforming together in what looks like to be a fight scene. So the bottom part of this scan is really exciting because of what it contains. Because first, you in the right side, you get a few pictures of Kazabakota, Kaito, Geisukami, Geisio, and that, etc. And the next one is actually really exciting to me because we get the first ever appearance of Omazeo outside of the flashbacks from Sukoime and Gaze, because we've only seen them in the cutscenes or in the scenes with flashbacks. So this is really interesting. So you also get to see his driver, which is gold, which is okay, which we never actually got to see before, and he looks like he's fighting Zio in his Decade armor, which is really exciting. So this next one actually features Ghost Damashi, and he's actually really cool. So he doesn't have like all like the plates around him, but he still has the plates on his arms, which is really cool, and it still changes like the symbols on its chest. And like the main kind of helmet is also the Ghost Damashi like helmet on it, which is cool. And you also get to see a closer up image of like the sword that Zio's gonna get. So the next shot actually depicts Rabbitang sparkling in like the Decade Ride armor, which is cool. And he does still obtain the drill from the build armor, which is really cool. And he still obtains kind of like the lower section of sparkling with the spring and the tread still there, with the white coloration on some of like the effects on his legs. And I really would have preferred that this kind of aesthetic actually went down to the legs, but this is a really good compromise. So I think that's all of the stuff I gotta show you guys. So thank you guys for watching us. Time turning cold.